morning. High surf advisory is in effect up and down the coast. The National Weather Service says we could see waves up to 20 feet in some areas. Didn't stop people from coming out to Ocean Beach in San Francisco on Friday, though. And then this is what conditions were like on Friday afternoon at Fort Point. One person was doing exactly what officials are telling us not to do. See that guy on your screen trying to catch some waves under the Golden Gate Bridge in the middle of that storm. Let's move over to Darren Peck now. And Darren, you got a lot of snow behind you.
Yeah, we do. We were checking in with our reporter, Ashley. She was in South Lake Tahoe, and she was showing us the snow she stood in. It was about a foot deep for her. This is on the other side of the lake. This is Tahoe City. And you can see technically that road going across the north shore of the lake is open, but they're telling you there are chain controls on it, and you've got to go, 25 miles an hour max. You won't be going much faster in that. The lake level and all the communities around it sit at 6,000 feet in elevation. It is incredibly nice to see snow accumulating at that elevation. It's supposed to happen a lot more than it has this winter, so it's nice to get some there. But it has been a bit debilitating. We're going to have much more on that coming up in a bit. I got to show you how much more is still going to fall there. First, let's come back home. Been raining here since Thursday. And it's raining out there now. You can see a little bit of rain from the camera on top of the Mark Hopkins Hotel. Just to get you caught up to speed, we've gotten 1.5 inches of rain so far in the North Bay. San Francisco's also gotten about 1.5 inches. San Jose's picked up about 0.5 inch of rain for this. You see the Tri-Valley's already gotten 1 inch. That says so much about the nature of this rain. This is coming in isolated, sporadic downpours. So we're going to get real uneven totals for different parts of the bay. I think 1.5 inches is probably a good general average, but it's going to vary wildly. And when you look at what's happening this morning, same story. So you can see your isolated showers on here. We're not going to spend too much time chasing individual cells on here because they won't stay long where they are. And if it's not raining for your part of the bay, just hang out a couple of minutes. It will. The next cell will probably move overhead. And here's what it'll look like today. We'll watch the Futurecast plays through the morning. You're going to get breaks of blue sky for the first half of today. And then another cell will move in. Take a look at Mount Hamilton, by the way. That gets us into the early afternoon. That is snow. It's not going to be a blockbuster snowstorm for the local mountains, but snow level's going to get down to around 3,000 feet. So there will be snow on some of those, banner peaks like Hamilton, Mount St. Helena. I don't think we'll get a lot on Diablo, but we might get a dusting up at the top of Mount Diablo. But the real point of showing you this is because I want you to see how different it will be here for this afternoon and evening. By the second half of today, the storms are going to become a little more widespread and they're going to pick up in intensity. When we get into the afternoon today, there's going to be more energy for these to develop into thunderstorms once again. So if you had your share of that yesterday, and we did have some of those, it really is quite a show when you get it, not only because of the lightning and thunder, which we don't get often, but it's the real brief downpours and the strong winds that accompany those. You'll get your strongest winds of the day if you happen to get one of those thunderstorms right over you. And the best time frame for that's going to be afternoon through the early evening. And then that pretty much covers the rest of Saturday. Now what we're looking at here is Sunday. And Sunday is going to be different. The rain's not done, but on Sunday the showers are a lot more hit and miss, fewer, farther in between. And you'll get more breaks of blue sky, and there will be fewer thunderstorms on Sunday. And then by Monday, we kind of get a break, but there's another weak little system coming our way. You're going to see that in 1 second here. I'll show it to you in the 7-day forecast. It's not a major rainmaker for us, but we can't take rain out of the forecast, actually, until we get till like Thursday. All right, look what's going on in the Sierra for the rest of today. There is a blizzard warning, stays in effect until tomorrow at 10 a.m. They're halfway through this. There's still a lot more to go. And if we just put the snow numbers on here, watch what happens today into tomorrow. Snow level goes down. It gets fairly low, down to 2,500 feet. It hasn't gotten there yet. It will get lower throughout the day today. I was checking in on some of the cameras, and we hadn't even gotten snow in Colfax yet. That's coming probably by the afternoon today and into the early evening. So with cold enough air to bring snow levels that low, we are going to feel that here at home in the Bay, and tomorrow morning is when you'll notice it. Morning lows tomorrow will go down about 5 degrees from where they are right now. It'll also be less windy then, so the temperature will be able to drop a little more. So the National Weather Service has issued a frost advisory for the North Bay valleys. This is for Sunday. Stays in effect until we get to 9 a.m. And just to show you that next system out there, that's it. It's not a major storm, but there is rain with that, and that little line is going to get here from Monday into Tuesday and Wednesday. It's early on that one, so we'll time it out in detail as we get closer to it, but you can see what happens here. Monday through Wednesday right now have rain on them. I know that's, after this weekend, you're like, oh man, but it doesn't look significant. It's just, we'll probably get about another quarter, half an inch of rain out of that. The real focus here is the rain that we're about to experience today with the isolated thunderstorms through the afternoon and early evening.
And you were talking about those downpours and those cells as they move in. I got caught in one last night that it was just like torrential rain all of a sudden. Is that how people should expect it, where it just could skies open up like that, or what's going on?
Exactly. Because the setup is the same to what you went through yesterday. And it catches so many people by surprise, and it's an impressive show. And second half of the day will be like that. The first half of the day, you'll get your breaks of blue sky. You'll get some rain that comes in and out. But don't be surprised if you get a good downpour in the second half today.
All right, Darren. We'll see you in a little bit.
See you then.
Lots to talk about today.
Yeah.